sun is shining and the sky is blue. Can't hear you. Phones are buzzing, everybody's talking loud. Can't reach you. Your big brown eyes behind the wire, your people under fire. You're on the news. You're on the news. Hallelujah. You look so fine, like flowers in Hawaii each time you smile. Inside a little bit more, I die. No, na 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 na. The dust is rising and the land is dead. Who's gonna help you? You're waiting hopeful for the man who brings the bread. Who's gonna feed you? Your big brown eyes behind the wire, your people under fire. You're on the news. You're on the news. Hallelujah. You look so fine, like flowers in Hawaii each time you smile. Inside a little bit more, I die. No, 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 no. War, nobody wins, but we all lose out, but we don't know it. We watch the pictures, sometimes turn up the sound, but we don't own it. Your big brown eyes behind the wire, your people under fire. You're on the news. You're on the news. Hallelujah. You look so fine, like flowers in Hawaii each time you smile. Inside a little bit more, I die. Hallelujah. Each time you smile. Hallelujah. You look so fine, like flowers in Hawaii each time you smile. Inside a little bit more, I die. Terrible. Would you like some of my brandy? I'd just keep on and on and on about how awful he looked, you know, which I'm quite good at. Anyway, it's the time for the gig, and I rolled up and went into what they laughingly called the green room, and there's Mick sitting with some of his band, And I'd spoken to the percussionist, who, well, that's what she thought she was. And she said that it had taken him an hour and a half to get his winkle picker boots on in the morning in Brighton before they left. And he was, I mean, I'm a big chap, but Mick was enormous. I mean, absolutely huge. I was shocked. He used to be a thin little guy, all dressed in black with these winkle picker boots. And I just hadn't got the heart to actually do anything about, you know, pulling him up for the awful review. And I suddenly noticed at the side of him was this bottle of oxygen with a breathing mask. And I said, how are you doing, Mick? And he went, oh, all right, how are you? And I thought, my God, my people would never let me go to a gig like that. So anyway, he sat there and the time went by, and suddenly it was time to do the sound check, and they went out there, and I went to have a look. And I must admit, it was so bad that I was on the point of laughing, and I hastily departed because that was a terrible thing to do. You don't stand in front of a band at a sound check laughing. That's not done. Anyway, the time went by, and it was time for them to go on. They wouldn't go on after me, although I was on my own. And they went out there, and the music started, and I heard him start a couple of lines of this old song about the fuzz, and it stopped, completely stopped. And I thought, that's a bit weird. So I went out and had a look, and he's lying on the floor by his microphone, bless him, with his t-shirt up at the back, and you could see his corset. And I thought that was really poignant and really sad, so I pulled his shirt down. But he didn't move, he just lay there, and somebody called an ambulance. And people just stood there gawping. They only needed to be eating some peanuts, and it would have made for an horrific tableau. Anyway, that night, to cut a long story short, he died. In fact, he died in the middle of the song, really, there's no doubt about that. And it was one of those awful but fabulous Blade Runner nights.